Showing you some of the sites there coming in from the South Carolina coast. North Carolina, the sites would be probably even a little bit more intense because we have this persistent onshore wind keeping things very strong. Why is this onshore wind with us, and why is it helping to lead to beach erosion and rip current concerns for the weekend? Because we have a very big high pressure system to the north, so we get that significant strong wind there. You can also see the cloudy sites that were there in Myrtle Beach. Showers, thunderstorms, pretty likely, unfortunately, and we will look for the threat for coastal flooding. So there's that high pressure system pulling those winds onshore, and there's the moisture just offshore, right? So this is the problem that we're going to find, is the potential for more tropical activity to develop. We do have a high risk for tropical activity as we head into the early part of the week, so we are expecting at least some potential for maybe a subtropical system, partially tropical, could still be attached to some frontal boundaries, or fully tropical system. Here you can see where that front is, stationary front around the bottom of that high pressure system. So fronts divide different air masses. To the north, we have that high pressure system that's kept things so dry across the Great Lakes in the northeast. And then to the south, we have more of a moist air mass that's developing here over the western Atlantic, just off the east coast. So this is all going to be feeding moisture in. Either way, whether it becomes a tropical system, subtropical system, it's a lot of rainfall working. Some of the imagery coming in from the hurricane that made landfall this week, Francine, and as the road to recovery continues after Francine carved a trail of damage. You can tell why. Again, nearly a foot of rainfall coming in over southern Louisiana, especially around the New Orleans area, which, by the way, earlier, the first week of September, they picked up more than 6 inches of rainfall, and their record is 18 inches, close to 19 inches for the wettest month of September. So we will be challenging that as we talk about trying to go through the rest of September without much in the way of rain. We probably will see some of those thunderstorms pop up. In fact, today, maybe a chance of that, but mostly it's about the hot, dry weather across the south central U.S. The plains dealing with more record-challenging highs as we look through time. Lubbock, 97 for your high, 98 in El Rio, and days above historical average in Oklahoma City, and we're up there as well in Lubbock, Texas. That's why, again, we could challenge some records, especially in towards the Panhandle region and parts of northern Texas. Amarillo coming on the board here with 98 degrees for that forecasted high. So again, very warm for your Saturday. Sunday, it's more of the same. We keep things dry as we miss out on all the rainfall activity in the region. Well, it's always the great tips from those cleaning up from Francine. We never got the moisture this far north into the north central U.S. You can see where it stopped, and other than that, just a few showers and thunderstorms. We actually could use a little bit more rain because drought is going to continue to be a concern as we keep more and more dry days in the forecast. You can see Minneapolis, a shower, a thunderstorm, but beyond that, the rest of the region largely dry as a whole. Maybe a few showers cutting into St. Louis again from that moisture from Francine, but not much in the way of activity. Just take a look at how we go throughout your Saturday. Saturday afternoon, maybe a couple thunderstorms. They're still holding on over the north woods of Wisconsin. We could kick up something over the Dakotas, but that's why Sunday does look to be a pretty dry day across the area as a whole. Taking a little bit of time there to clean up, rightfully so. As we look, though, for more tropical activity, we're probably still looking close to home for some of it as we watch this tropical rainstorm bringing in some heavy rainfall as we head into the early week time frame. So we're going to see that rain return to the mid-Atlantic region even, and that means states like Virginia, Maryland, even into Pennsylvania get in on the rain. Where we do think this is likely to develop here just along the coastline and just near the shores of the Carolinas. That's where we're expecting the storm to develop. And whether or not it becomes a fully tropical system or a subtropical system, which could mean that it has some fronts attached to it still, it'll have similar impacts. Why is it developing? Well, underneath this high pressure system, the one that's been keeping things so dry across the Great Lakes and the Northeast, allows for this warm, moist flow to come in. Very strong onshore winds coming through. This is doing a couple of different things. First up, it's really amping up the surf here. So if you're out this weekend into the upcoming days and you want to get in the water, be extra cautious because there will be some strong rip currents, especially for the North Carolina Coast beach erosion will be a factor here, so you'll want to use some caution there too as we talk about it. But ultimately then, as the storm develops, it is going to drift its way on shore here into the early week, and that means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will be developing with more rainfall. Some spots will pick up more than 4 inches of rain as this works its way inland.